So let's keep the show going, and we're going to move on to Wendy, who's going to talk to us a little bit about two topics that we're all very fond of, guns and yoga.
Last year, 167 law enforcement officers took their own lives nationwide. So far this year, 130. There's a national nonprofit organization called Blue Help that has been tracking law enforcement officer suicide since 2016. But they're limited to the information that's provided to them, and these numbers are vastly underreported, not accounting for things like burnout, post-traumatic stress, anxiety, depression, and doesn't account for the thousands that are contemplating suicide daily. Last year, 163 officers were killed in the line of duty. So far this year, 84. Number 1, murder by gunfire. Number 2, automobile accidents. And number 3, heart attack. When a law enforcement officer is killed in the line of duty, it has a rippling and crippling effect, not only on that officer's family, friends, department, and community, but an entire nation. We owe it to my brothers and sisters in blue, those that run towards danger when those run away, to see that they not only survive this career, but that they thrive in this career. According to the Center for Disease Control, law enforcement officer suicide is 1.5 times that of the general population. It's even higher for our military veterans. I always knew I wanted to be a cop growing up. I grew up watching shows like The Bionic Woman, Wonder Woman, and Charlie's Angels. Yes, Charlie's Angels. I was driven by a passion to serve my community, catch the bad guys, and seek justice. But these shows don't capture the underbelly of law enforcement. When we're trained, we teach officers how to shoot their firearms, how to report right, all necessary for the job. But we don't explain what it's like to give a death notification, to take a child from a home with unspeakable and unthinkable living conditions, and what that feels like and how that manifests physiologically and behaviorally. We need to normalize the conversation for law enforcement officers who traditionally we have grown up and been entrenched in a suck it up buttercup and it's just part of the job mentality. But we need to let these officers know that it's okay to seek help. This is the challenge. They're the helpers. They're not the ones who seek help. They're the ones that solve problems. These are some of my friends, local cops. According to a white paper done by the Rudderman Foundation, they will have seen 564 critical incidents during the course of their career. When a cop gets hurt in the line of duty, everybody wants to help, sign a cast, send a meal, mow the lawn. But it's the invisible wounds that are often unseen, those that are unaddressed. Sometimes we just don't know that they're there, and sometimes we don't know what to do about them, how to address them. That's why for the past few years I've been teaching cops resiliency training, how to identify these things, how to see what they look like, signs and symptoms, so that if they do recognize them, that they know what to do and provide tools and resources like mindfulness and meditation, mental push-ups. This evidence-based practice can actually help symptoms of post-traumatic stress and toxic stress. These lead to memory dysfunction, learning, and weaker neural connections. Cops are just people. We have to remember that. We're not superhuman. We're not born with a gene that makes us immune from the violence, death, and destruction that we see day in and day out. Yoga for first responders is another thing we've been doing here locally for the past couple years. We teach cops how to build resilience, enhance performance, and not only process stress, but you want to grow from that stress so that they thrive. Some more local cops. My guess is when they go have lunch, they fight over who gets to sit and see the door. Because there's no other profession that you have to worry about getting executed, doused with buckets of water, and criticized. This hypervigilance takes a toll on the nervous system. And this is why yoga, mindfulness, meditation can help make you live not in that stress response. We've been teaching cops yoga in the academy for the past couple years. It's my vision and hope that we continue to do so And this spreads for all first responders communities, and not just when they start their career, but during the course of their career. So that when I think there's a problem with the slide, but there we go. But that when we are done with this career, that we're more healthy physically, emotionally, and spiritually, so that we can be there for our family. Thank you.